today's the day. And actually the day is running out. So I want to show you my fast way of doing this. Pots, planters, whatever. And I'm excited. I have to tell you, this is one of the funnest times for me in the spring. And I've already done a bunch today, but I wanted to show you in this. Okay, and this is actually a bigger pot. This is a concrete pot that I've actually faux painted because it was super orange. I do have a crack in it though. Ah! So I'm hoping it survives at least one more year, okay? Now let me show you how I'm gonna pick out what I like. Personally, I love pinks. I'm kind of a pink gal, but I do have some reds in here, and actually let's go to my mom tomorrow. But in this one, I think I want to start off with, I thought this was so sweet. Look at the soft pink and the white in that one. And then, let's see. No, what I want to do is, for me, I like it to really coordinate. I think I want this one in there. Look how pretty that will be with that. You've got a little bit of the darker pink, still a little bit of white, and I might, depending on what fits in here, I might do another color, but I want to see what's going to fit in there. These pots are a little bit bigger than the regular ones, the pea pots that they've got in here. Okay, so let me show you my prep. I'm going to do these two together, and by the way, I have done, okay, and when I do pots, a lot of times you'll do a spike or something in the middle, but I'm going for a little bit more organic look right now. So I want it just to spill over. I don't want it to look super formal. So I'm going with something like that, and then I'll add something in later on and I'll show you kind of what I mean. Okay, so I've got these colors. I've got a lot of the same kind of darker greens, so I want to make sure and add a little bit of variation in this. So I'll add some chartreuse and a little bit, I love this coleus. Is that the sweetest thing ever? Let me just show you really quick here. This one, it's shade to part shade, so this actually needs to be planted underneath the other ones, and this will do better if I don't put it in incredibly hot sun, because actually geraniums don't love the super hot sun. So, but they still can tolerate morning sun. Okay, that bird just about came and hit me in the face. But it can tolerate a little bit of sun, so I'm going to do that. Okay, there are some things that I want to talk about really quick that are obvious to me, but the reason that I'm doing this. Notice I am not starting off with tiny plants. For me, there's no reason to go buy just a small plant when you can buy things that somebody's been growing since January. Okay, so I start off with, and this is the secret that I've been using now for quite a few years. I do use some filler if I need to, and that would be something like this. But in this type of a plant, I've already got something that is full and it's gonna look spectacular right off the bat, okay? So also picked up some potting soil from just Costco. This was a killer deal, just so you know. It was like $8.99 if you're at Costco. 55 pounds, bam. Okay, first thing is, you do not want to fill your whole pot with soil. It will be so heavy and there's no reason to do it. So I planted some plants the other day, and these little puppies are hollow, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to stack some of these at the bottom and make a place for air pockets to be. Just throw anything in here. I put everything in these kind of things. Nice thing is because this isn't biodegradable, you're not going to have problems with it falling apart or sinking. So just a couple more in here. And then we're going to put in some dirt. And this pot will probably hold 2 of these. I was going to say this. Don't be afraid to manhandle your hanging pots, okay? Because you're going to have to. They will go through a little bit of a shocky stage that'll last maybe a week, and then they'll come out of it. So just so you know. Okay, so you saw how full that was here. I am going to move this closer to me. Oh, baby. I love this pot. I hope it lasts. And I'm just going to start filling in the dirt. I flipped. All right, so right now I made enough space in here right now where it's about the height in here as my pots. Okay, it may be a little high, and if that's the case, I'll lower this a little bit. But right now, all I have is it's filled in the gaps, it's in there, and then you can kind of see the little plastic containers that are going to help support that instead of letting it cave in. It's really important that you do that and just tamp it down so that you don't have any holes where air pockets could be. Okay, so we're going to start with this one. And you know, some of these are easier than others, but let me show you this. Oh, this is going to be one. I need to pop this off. This is a tough one, so I may have to cut that. Hold on. Yep. Oh, there we go. Pop all of these off so you can get your pot out. Hold on a minute. There we go. I will put this this morning. Okay, so right now I've got all of those off. You guys, if this was a smaller pot, well, this is what I would do. Bam, you're done. And let me just tell you, sometimes that's the way to do it. And I kind of like it, actually. But since this is a tutorial on how to do this, sometimes I do have bigger pots. But I have to tell you, that was actually kind of cute. But this one I'm going to do is I'm going to take it out just like you would. Really support it well, guys, okay? And just like you would in any other plant, you have to break this root barrier, okay? Break the root barrier. And I wish I had something sharp, but I can do it with my hands too. I'm going to do that so that this will go in, and don't be afraid to manhandle this a little, and I'm shoving it to one side. Can you see this? Shoving to one side. And I'm going to create enough space to put one more plant in, fill it with dirt, and then I'll put a few more of these in here that adds just a little bit more pop. Okay. I wanted to show you this. This is a different kind of geranium. This is one of my favorite geraniums, although it is going to go through a bit of a shock here. It's an ivy geranium. It's like a Martha Washington ivy. Actually, I don't even know what it is. Probably right there. It's called, yeah, it's an ivy geranium. It's called Passion. Passion? No, Precision. I can read. And I would save these buckets, by the way, to go in my next big, I have a big pot that needs to be potted. So hang on to these buckets. They'll come in handy. Okay. Same thing goes here. You do have to be careful with ivy geranium. They're a little bit thicker. I'm going to pop it out of there. Okay, break that right there, because you're going to want it to reach for new things. And we are going to stuff it in. Just like that. You guys, seriously? Gorgeous. You know, you'd probably pay over $100 just for that. But I'm going to add a few more things because we have some space in here. Right here, so I've got to put some dirt in, potting soil, and fill this up, and then I'll show you the last finishing touches, and this is instant gratification. I'm okay for waiting for, you know, veggies and tomatoes sometimes. Well, maybe not, but this is so fun. I like the different variations of the pinks too in here. Make sure you get enough dirt in there. Remember, you're tucking these little guys into bed and you don't want any pockets. Okay, almost there. Remember to fill it in. Okay. I'm gonna get one of these. Okay, so what I do generally is when I add, I want to have a trailer over the side of it. So this potato vine, I love it. This is just the you know, the rounder leaf chocolate vine. Not chocolate vine. We were just talking about chocolate vine. Potato vine. This is good stuff. Except I will tell you this, it does not do well if it's cold outside, like under 40 degrees. Okay, so we have a spot here. We need to put it in this little place. And we're gonna add some, always direction it the way you want it right now. It'll only save on time. And in it goes. Sandwich it in there. Oh, sorry, I'm making a mess, but it's the way it is. And that will be really cute. That'll come off that side. I think I'm gonna add maybe, you know what, I'm gonna hang tight. I like just a little bit, but okay. Let me make sure we've got everything in. Everything's tight. We don't have any gaps. And I want to double check. Make sure that we don't have any gaps around where air could get through and hurt your plants. And honestly, you guys, that is the kind of plant I like to plant. How long did it take me? Not long. One last thing that I like to do. So instead of adding spikes, and which I still like to, but with the informal ones, I will add something that's kind of interest. And look at this little guy. He's so cute. My cute friend gave me this. So I would rather have that right in the middle as a point of interest than a spike. Is that the cutest thing ever? And just look how cute it looks with the plant. For heaven's sakes. That's how I do my plants. And I like it. And I love it. I want some more of it. So there you go. Thanks for staying with me. Okay, so one thing that I left out that I want to make sure, oh, hello, that I got was, and if you're a gardener, you're going to know this, but when your geraniums or your other plants, the heads die off, you need to deadhead them. A lot of times I'll go up to people's homes and they have all these geraniums that were gorgeous and they have all these dead heads. It will produce more blooms when you deadhead them. So like for instance, and I don't wait very long and they come in and out really quick. So come on over here. This one is almost spent, even though it doesn't look like it. Now, this has had its day. I go down far and I've got nails. You can do it however you want. And I pinch it at the bottom and I deadhead it. That will bring on more blooms. So don't be afraid to kind of take out the dead. Bring out your dead. And you can bring them inside.